Let's find out everything that is and isn't coming in 1.18 and 1.19. Hello again, Skunkmunkee here, and today we are going to go through the things that were announced at Minecraft Live 2021, and we might as well listen to some music while we're doing that. Come on, can I? There we go. This is the new music disc that was just added in the latest snapshot, sounding absolutely wonderful. It gets loud though, so we might need to move away a little bit. Can I move away a little bit? There we go. Background music. Anyway, so let's move away a little bit. Let's get the bad news over with. For those of you who have been waiting for bundles, not coming in 1.18. For those of you who are waiting for goat horns, also not coming in 1.18. For those of you like me who are really excited about the deep dark coming in 1.18 with the Caves and Cliffs update, not coming. Yeah, that's the bad news. So let's move away from the music because it's just sad and frustrating, and I'm really not happy with Moshe because of this. Because I don't like the fact that they promised these things and now we're not getting them. There's no point in it. Give it to us now, and if there's a problem with it, we can fix it in a later update. But at least let us have a chance to play with them. That's my opinion. And I don't know. I can't make you guys be happy or mad with them, but just the way that I'm feeling right now, I didn't even want to make this video because I was so upset with them for not letting us have this stuff in 1.18. Now, what are we getting in 1.18? Well, we're getting caves and cliffs. We are getting really tall mountains. We're getting really deep caves. We're getting, those things. That's about it. From 1.17 to 1.18 is not a lot. There are a few things like this music disc that we're getting. There's some ambient music that we're getting. Spore blossoms. Woo. There's just not really a lot. So that's kind of sad. However, 1.19 was announced, and it is supposed to be coming next year. By the way, 1.18 is supposed to be coming within the next 2 months. So at this point, it should be in the next month and a half before Christmas, I am hoping. Anyway, we did get 1.19 announced, and that is the wild update. Yes, and the definition of wild is, well, basically wild can mean, stop it. It can mean scary and dark and fearsome. It's wild. But it can also mean nature and beautiful and, not having to do anything with man. And that basically describes the two different parts of this update. So let's get right into it. The first part of the update that we're going to talk about has to do with this biome that I am floating in right now, which is the tiniest swamp you have ever seen. And the swamp is getting updated in 1.19. It is the beautiful part of the wild. And I'm happy about it. I really am. I am excited about what's coming in 1.19 for swamps. First thing off, mud. I'm not super excited about mud. But mud is kind of cool. Mud is, it's wet dirt. So you can get it by putting a bottle of water on dirt. It will also spawn naturally in some swamps. And what do you do with mud? Well, there's two different things you can do with mud. If you put it over top of a dripstone, right? Is it dripstone? I can never remember this new. Yep, dripstone block. Then it will slowly turn into clay, which is kind of cool. We now have renewable clay. You can also, I'm guessing, smelt it. They didn't really say, but you'll be able to change into mud bricks, which look pretty cool. And mud bricks are a really neat building block, which fit into a lot of different palettes. So I'm excited to use them. I think they're going to be a great addition to the game. In addition to this, we also got a new type of tree called a mangrove. And mangroves are very cool looking. which means we're also getting a new wood type, which forgot to mention that's the one thing that's probably not coming in 1.18 is azalea wood. Not happy about that either. Anyway, mangrove wood, which is very similar to jungle wood, slightly different, but very similar. And mangroves will now grow in swamps, and there are going to be special biomes called mangrove swamps. And those are going to have lots and lots of mangroves. And mangroves are really cool because they will both grow in water and on land, and they're saplings you can actually plant underwater. Yes, that is so cool. Really excited about what we can do with mangroves. They've got a really cool root system that you can even boat under. It's going to be awesome and amazing. Really liking the look of mangroves. In addition to this, we're getting a new mob. And this is a passive mob. It is frogs. And the frogs are derpy. I mean, they are really derpy. But they are also very cute. And you can't get to frogs without tadpoles. Yes, baby frogs are tadpoles. And they're really derpy and cute looking as well. If a tadpole could be cute, these are them. But they also announced that there's going to be 3 different types of frogs depending on where the tadpoles grow up. Whether it is in a warm climate, a temperate climate, or a cold climate. There is going to be 3 different colors of frogs, and they said that each one will give something unique to the player. We don't know if that's by killing them, being around them, holding them in your inventory. We don't know. And in fact, they don't know either. No. But in addition to frogs, there's also, I guess you could call them, they're not mobs, no. They're more of ambient specks of light. Fireflies or lightning bugs are now going to be in the game as well. And they're 2 pixels. I mean, they're literally only 2 pixels big. And they will fly around inside the swamps, making it look all purdy-like. And also, they are there to feed the frogs, because the frogs are going to eat them. And makes the frogs happy. But I like it. I'm hoping that they give us something like maybe using a bottle and being able to put fireflies in the bottle to give a light source. That would be awesome. But who knows? Maybe you can't put them down, but you could capture them in a bottle and take them somewhere and release them like into your house. How cool would that be? I like that idea a lot. So yeah, those are some really cool different things that are coming to the swamp. They also talked about different biomes that they want to have kind of like unique identity. And the one that they specifically mentioned was birch biomes. They want them to have tall, beautiful trees and really sunlit. And they gave an example of from an art of an idea that someone drew up of what they want it to look like, and it looks pretty awesome. And hopefully we will be seeing that in 1.19 as well. No guarantees there. Well, that's one half of the wild. What's the other half? Before we get to the second half, I did also want to point out that they have announced another feature coming that really doesn't have to do with the swamps or the second half. That is, you will be able to do, well, I don't know how, but you're going to be able to put chests into boats. There you go. There's my chest in a boat. And it will have an inventory, and of course you won't be able to have a second person in there, only one person with the chest and all that inventory space. But not sure how I feel about this, because I mean, I guess it's a good thing for early game travel, but yeah, it's not something that I'm going to be using a lot, I can think, because, I mean, it might be interesting. I don't know. Llamas didn't really get used. Donkeys don't really get used, and I'm wondering if this is going to be like those. It's just not going to be that valuable. I hope it is, but right now I'm not seeing a big use for it. The second half of the wild update is going to have to do with this area that I'm in right now, the low down areas of the world, and specifically the deep dark. Yes, we're not getting the deep dark in 1.18, but we are getting it in 1.19, hopefully as long as they don't screw it up again. Basically, the deep dark got to be way more than they thought they could include with this update, which in my opinion is a bunch of malarkey. All you got to do is give us what you got, and then update it later. You don't have to give us a finished product right now. We don't have a finished product of Minecraft, so why do we have to have a finished product of all of the features? I just noticed that the way that this waterfall and lava flow work together is really, really cool. Anyway, let's not get distracted. However, the Deep Dark is coming in 1.19, and it looks amazing. It's not just this cave that you can find that has the warden in it. No, they have changed so much in that now they're going to be underground structures called ancient cities. These ancient cities are going to be made out of lots of different deep slate blocks, and they're going to be mostly empty. There's not going to be any normal mobs that are in them that we don't have in the regular game. In fact, the warden won't even spawn there at all. Kind of. We'll get to that in a minute. But you may remember the things called skulk sensors. Yeah, those were teased way back in the snapshots for 1.17. And we don't have them in 1.18 either. Well, the skulks are now a whole family. And yes, you have the skulk sensors, which will still hear different sounds. But we have a couple other skulk relatives. You've got the skulk screecher. And the skulk screecher is, it's freaky. Yeah, basically, it gets the vibrations from the skulk sensor, and it sends them, or then it goes, ah! Basically, it's really loud. And if it does that enough, then it literally calls the warden up from underground, and the warden rises out of the ground and tries to hunt the player. So you need to be all, sneaky. Like, can I be sneaky? I need to find a place to be sneaky. Can I be sneaky? There we go. You got to be all sneaky, like moving like this. But if you walk across the skulk sensor, that can trigger the warden to come after you. Plus, apparently, he's going to have a sense of smell to be able to come after you. He's going to be scary. And you got to be careful around the warden. The warden's going to be bad. Not someone you want to deal with. No, not at all. But in addition to the screecher, there is also another type of skulk family member. That one is called the skulk catalyst. And the way that the skulk catalyst works is any mobs that die around it and drop experience will actually cause it to grow more of the skulk spores around it. So it will actually grow these things, and you can harvest them for XP, which is really cool. The same amount of XP that goes into it will come out of it in the blocks, and then you can harvest it. So it's an interesting way of getting XP out of blocks. I mean, that's kind of a weird thing. Or you can also silk touch them because they look absolutely amazingly cool. Really like them. So those are the two new skulk family members. So we now have 3 of them that all work together in order to absolutely terrify us. And yes, I will say this right now, the Deep Dark will be terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Like, bad. Like, I know of, a few different people that as soon as they heard it, like, nope, not going down there anymore, not going below y = 0, not gonna happen. Me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna scream a lot. I can know it right now. So yeah, that's the sad part, is that it's not coming to 1.19 though. In addition to this, they had the mob vote, which was between the Copper Golem, the Glare, and the Allay, and the Allay won, and I'm happy for that. I think it was an awesome choice. Really thankful that the community voted for it. It's going to be a great addition to the game. Unfortunately, it's not coming to 1.19 either, so we're going to have to wait quite a while before we are able to play with these brand new features, which is kind of sad. But yeah, that is the deep, scary, crazy part of the Wild update. We're going to be getting the Deep Dark with the ancient cities, the new Skulk family members, the crazy, scary Warden, and yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome. That is going to do it for today's video. And is that like a jungle behind me? That looks absolutely crazy. I may have missed 1 or 2 different things, But that is the overall gist of what we are to expect in the coming year. Hopefully you guys are as excited and, you know, sitting on the edge of your seats with anticipation like I am, you know, right out here on the edge. Woo, right there. Because it is going to be epic, and I'm really excited about everything that is coming. I just wish that I could have it now. Now. I want it now. Don't care how, I want it now. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting it. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications. You can follow me on Twitter. Wow, that's close to the face. You can join my Discord channel, and hope to see you guys in the next Minecraft video. Until next time.